welcome to the instructional portion of the video. You can go to my website, www.erichaugenguitar.com, for tabs to this lesson, as well as backing tracks to help you practice. Let me briefly talk about the equipment I'm using to make the sounds. This is an Epiphone Emperor Regent hollow body jazz guitar, stock pickup, bass cut switch to remove some of the low end, engaged, capo at the 2nd fret. I'm running into my board, using my Strymon Deco for a little bit of compression, and my Strymon Flint for a little bit of reverb. Going into my Silvertone 1484, and thank you to Rode Microphones for helping me out with this NTR active ribbon mic. Let us discuss Midnight Train from the new David Rawlings album. It is the first track. It's really good. The rest of the record's really good too. Go get it. Okay. The progression is actually just a country 12-bar blues. It's going to be G, 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 C, C, G, G. The turnaround's kind of neat. It's like G, D7, C, D7, G. As with anything, it's always a good idea to practice the main progression a lot first, just to make sure you're super solid with what the foundation of the song is. For which, that's what David plays, but he's very good at guitar. What he does is he combines the melody with that. And then he does a little fill. So let's discuss how he does that. You could do your G the bluegrass way using your second half of your hand instead of the first half. I think when I play this, I actually do it I do it as though I'm going to play a G the standard way, but I don't hold them all down. So it requires a lot of hand technique to get the notes you want and not the notes you don't want. Notice I don't bother with this note back here. He's muted out by the squishy fat part of my middle finger. That is such a simple thing, but it's actually quite hard to play. I have palm muting going on, and then I have to really watch my right hand to make sure. Let me rotate so you can kind of see. Tricky if you're not used to this style of playing. It's sort of Carter style, and it's sort of his own thing, that he's got that bass going, but he's getting the... to keep it all going. And then actually what you'll hear is Willie Watson and Gillian Welch kind of fade in, I think in like the 5th bar, going like that too, so it can be a little confusing, but at the very opening it really is just him. So that's the first passage. That little 2 on the G string, that's the melody note you're watching out for. That's the first 4 bars, and then we have the C chord. That we went up to a C, but again I don't bother finishing it because I know I'm not going to strum the rest of it. Comes off, and then this is tricky, a little 3-2-0 on the G string. That's a little, bluegrass run. Back to your G. And then it's neat, before the downbeat of the next bar he does that little slide, 2-4 on the G, landing on the 3 of the B. Yeah, it goes. Yeah, sorry, I'm just remembering it. There is a brief 0, and when the song hits a D7, you could, just have done that, but he's got big, stretchy hands. If If you don't know this slight inversion, it's D7 over F sharp. Pinky on the 4 of the D, 2 of the G, 1 of the B. Then back to a C. Again, don't bother finishing it. And then a little slide maneuver, still playing around with those 2s and 4s on the G. Back to the G. Oh, sorry, 2 on the D that time. That's his opening. And then it goes through a verse, and then you have his first really, really pretty solo. Again, there's that slide, the 2 to 4, little 5 on the high E, and then I just love the way he lands this next series of notes. O to O. That was on the D and the G, which in relation to that G chord makes it a G6. Kind of a weird one to land, but that's Dave Rawlings for you. He likes to kind of aim for things that you wouldn't think to aim for. And then he moves it down to the A string, same lick, O to O, and then this beautiful walk up. That's like the best thing ever. That is, so we're still on that G chord. I'm gonna hit a 3, O, 2, 4, O. Just going up a G major scale is all that is. And then that song drops to a C. Boom! He lands on the E note, which is the 3rd of the C. And then 2, 4, 4, 2, 3, 3, 4, 2, 2, which is very beautiful, like jazzy type of walk up. That's like my favorite thing in the whole solo. Sometimes when I find a really beautiful lick, I'll kind of take it and then I'll like make it minor, make it major, do it on different chords until like I've kind of like chopped it up and put it back together. That one I haven't done that with yet to really understand why it's so beautiful, but I will because I really love that. And then he does a little cross picking, O, 2, 3, O on the G, 3 on the D, 0, 0, 0. So that's so that melody by itself with that extra drone that he puts in. So cool. So it goes from one beautiful jazzy thing to like a cross-picking thing, 'cause he's the best. And then a kind of a little Quicksilver thing. So that port, yeah, there's my Long Island accent coming out. Yes, I was born and raised in Amityville, Long Island before I moved down south. Okay. So let's see, coming from the end of that cross-picking run, you have a little O, O, 2, O, and then 3, 3, 3, O, 2, O, 3, 1. 0, 2, O, 2, O, and then it hits a D chord, so it goes. That's what he does on the D, a 4, O, 2, 3, song lands back on a G, 2, O, 3, 2, O, 3, O, 1, 2, 3, O. Yeah. And then, it would go through another verse, and then there's a second solo that's way up high. Now, when I take a solo that's way up high, I'm going to count these frets as what they actually are, and then once it clicks back over to anything 5 from the capo or below, I'll count that as 5. That's how I deal with capos and tab. And if the line starts here but goes down low, I still treat it as though it's up high. So we're gonna, that's 10, which is, yeah, that makes sense, that's a G. 10, 10, 12, 9, back and forth and back, and then kind of major pentatonic type stuff, 9, 11, 10, and then 9, 11, 9, 11, 9, 11, 9, 7, so that is all. there's that first phrase, which is actually, that's just a very, I consider that very un-Dave Rawlings. I haven't seen him play in this kind of... But, of course he knows this stuff. Now I'm going to still keep calling, well, I think, yeah, I'm going to keep calling that 7, even though now I'm close enough to the capo to call 5, but because it's kind of still part of the same phrase. That's how I do that. I don't know how he does it. That is 7, 7, 9, 6, 9, 6, 9. And I love this part. The C chord is back here, but he's going kind of hanging out in front in a modal kind of way. So that's 909, 907, 07. That's his thing. That's like that little bit of Johnny Marr influence in his playing. That kind of modern droney stuff that he'll sneak in there. That I think it's really cool the way he does that. And then you come back to those 9s with the 0 in the middle, and then back the whole thing up to, now let's call that 5 and 5. So you got, sneak your pointer finger back to get the 3 of the B, and then you just got a little 1 and 0 action. So let's see, let's take it from, oh. And then a little 4-0. I love this stuff that he does. So that little kind of quick run, I catch him doing that in a variety of songs. It's like a G banjo kind of trick. 4 hammers onto 5. That pointer finger's on the 3 up there. When it changes to D, he just backs up 1 note to get that F sharp there. When it changes to C, he just takes the whole shape back to be 2, 0, and 1. So that little run. So cool, and then I love how he gets out of this. 0, that little kind of low walk. 0, 3, 2, 2, and this is so cool. Again, that's against a G. He loves those kind of dissonant kind of floaties on top of things. 3-0-0, 4-0-4, 2-0-2-0-3. So that final passage again. Okay, so there you have it. You got the intro with its kind of tricky sort of Carter style thing, and then the 2 little solos. A lot of great, beautiful playing in there. Great record. Go check it out, and thanks for watching.